Hey guys, what's up? My name is Spartacus, and today I'm here to talk about some of those creatures in art that have no real use, or creatures that no one tames for some reason, or those creatures that some of you never even heard of. Yes, that's right guys. Today we're checking out the top 7 forgotten art creatures. But before we start the video, I want to say a big thank you to all of you guys. The Karkar vs Giga video is close to 50k views, and the channel recently hit 200 subscribers. Again, a big thank you. For you, it might be just a click, but it means a lot to me. Now back to the video. Let's see if any of these outcasts can redeem themselves. I heavily doubt it, but here we go. Starting with number 7, the Pelagonis, the big seagull. Saddled at level 42, is one of the early flyers available, although unfortunately not the first one, with the Pteranodon saddle being unlocked 4 levels earlier. The Pelagornis has the unique ability of being able to land on water instead of unsettling the rider. They also have a massive bonus damage against piranhas, coelacanths, saber-toothed salmons, and even cnidarias, giving a potential for biotoxin collection, and are one of the best organic polymer gatherers, benefiting from an 80% weight reduction for organic polymer, although this does not work on single-player settings. They also have a better base health, weight, and stamina than the Pteranodon. So why are they so outclassed by them? Well, it comes to the lower level saddle, much better flying speed, ability to pick up small creatures, including other players, and a powerful roll attack. All these combined make the Pteranodon a much more desired tame. And the Pelagornis is our first forgotten creature. Number 6. The Diplocolus, the big smiley salamander, one of the harder creatures to find on the list, especially on the island, owed to its skittish temperament and being spawned in the dangerous swamp. On land, they are unable to be ridden and will run at first sight of danger. Sounds quite terrible, eh? Well, the Diplocolus still has some usage in the water. After being submerged, the salamander-like creature becomes rideable, possessing an insane swim speed similar to an ichthyosaurus, and most importantly, it will share its oxygen with the rider, becoming a living oxygen tank, allowing survivors to explore the ocean much sooner than the high-level scuba gear allows. This can be used for deep dives to reach the precious silica pearls and oil rocks. They're also a really good trilobite hunter, which might be the most random attack bonus in the game if you ask me. All in all, they do seem to have some usage in my opinion, but the problem of finding a decent one still remains, especially if you play on the island. On the newer maps, you might have an easier time finding them, with the realm of Asgard being one of the places where you can find them thriving. Number 5. The Pachycephalosaurus. Oh man, the Pachy. Where to begin with? One of my first few tames when I started playing Ark. Imagine the disappointment on my face when I first mounted it. A level 1 Pachy might I add. Being a smaller dino with not so impressive stats, especially weight, its main selling points are the torpor-inducing attacks. Possessing a headbutt and a charge similar to a trike, the Pachy can induce torpor and knock out creatures and players in the early game. This is also suggested by its level 14 saddle. However, its poor weight and health stats make him obsolete as a battle mount at any stage in my opinion. It can't even gather berries. So if you forgot about this guy, I will not judge you. And for those who haven't forgot about the Pachy, please let me know in the comment when was the last time you tamed one. Number 4. The Achatina, or the Achatina, or however it is pronounced. Okay, this might be a controversial one. Again, spawning usually in the swamp biome makes the snail hard to find, since it is usually just food for the other inhabitants. If tamed though, it actually has some good uses, passively creating Achatina paste, a cementing paste substitute, and organic polymer, and also tripling its spoil timer in its inventory. So why is this a forgotten creature? Well, first of all, it's hard to find, and second, it's hard to tame. The wiki recommends using shocking strength darts in order to knock them out so you won't kill them in the process, and after, you'll have to feed them sweet veggie cake in order to tame them. And guess what? After taming, they will still only eat veggie cake. These in my opinions are the big turn-offs for most survivors, and what reduced their interactions with Achatina to just randomly killing them in the swamp. Number 3. The Ammonite, the little cephalopods that lurk around the sea bottom. Usually staying hidden in the seaweeds in a cave or moving around the ocean floor is one of Ark's harder creatures to spot. They have no real use other than killing them for resources like oil, pearls, chitin, and most importantly, ammonite bile, used to craft the pheromone dart. However, once attacked, the ammonite will release a green substance, making every wild creature around attack its aggressor. Because of these, and because the pheromone dart is really useful just in PvP, a lot of players have ignored the ammonite completely, and in truth, it's not a creature worth remembering. Number 2. The Liopleurodon. The least tamed creature in Ark. For those of you who don't know who this is, it might look cool here on the dossier pages, but hear me out on what you have to do in order to tame them. First of all, you will need its preferred food, giant bee honey. It will only eat this. After acquiring it, which is not an easy task in itself, you'll have to find one before the honey expires, and then passive tame him with it. Honey spoils in 20 minutes in a player's inventory, so move it in a tamed creature's inventory and use preserving salt if you can. Oh sorry, did I say you'll have to find one? I meant to find the one, since it's only one on the whole map. Oh, and don't come close to it while mounted, since it will attack you while riding a creature. And if you accidentally hit back, it will teleport away. Yeah, you heard that right. Teleport away. Luckily, Ark Solution is a safe place for you to dismount, right? So what do you actually get after all this work? Well, you will be able to ride the Liopleurodon right away since it requires no saddle. The true purpose of taming this guy is to acquire the Mystic Skin Oil buff, lasting 6 hours, applied from the last time you dismounted the creature. This buff increases the rarity and value of any loot box you open, but it's lost upon death, fast traveling, or transferring to another map. It's a great buff. And since now you have tamed the creature, you can basically just mount and dismount whenever you want to get the buff. Oh yeah, about that. Liopleurodon is a temporary tame, and after 30 minutes, it will just teleport away. Good stuff. You know what? Just forget about this guy. And finally, number 1. The Phoenix. If there's anything harder to find than the Liopleurodon, it's the Phoenix. It can only be found on scorched earth and only during the heatwave. Once the heatwave is gone, the Phoenix will turn to ash. You can try to scan the whole map with a parasaur in order to find its pile of ashes and build a trap above it. But if that sounds hard, well, that's because it is freaking hard. To tame it, you will have to deal as much fire damage to it as you can during the heatwave. But what can you do with a Phoenix after it's tamed? Well, actually, quite a lot. Though not tanky, it's a good damage dealer, and can also harvest a lot of things, including metal, and is also quite good at it. It also pairs well with its ability to smell the metal in its inventory, though its functionality as a forge or a campfire is limited by its weight. All in all, it's still a trophy thing, in my opinion, and one that a lot of survivors won't bother with, because of how hard it is to find one. There you have it guys, top 7 forgotten creatures of Ark. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm sure that there are other creatures that could have made the list, but this is my opinion. Will you try to use these creatures now that you know much more about them? Let me know in the comments. Now that I've finished the video, I can get back to the World Cup. See you in the next one. Asparagus out.